We now enter our time of prayer, but today's a little bit different. We're going to begin a new way of praying here at United Church in Walpole, where every prayer time begins with one story from a member of our congregation who's serving on the front lines of the coronavirus COVID-19 crisis. People who are putting their hearts and their bodies and their lives on the line for the service of others. And we're going to lift up their stories today and then pray for them, pray for those who they invite us to pray for, the people that they are seeing and touching on the front lines of this crisis. And then we're going to pray for our community and for the world and for all of your prayer concerns as well. For our very first installment of this new way of praying, I call it Church in the World. For our very first guest, I'm going to be interviewing Charles Franklin, who is a member of our congregation and also a program coordinator for the VA out of Washington, D.C. Charles is someone who's putting together a really unique program right now for the veterans that he serves. And you're going to hear about how he is coordinating all the transportation using Ubers and Lyfts and other rideshare programs to get homeless veterans out of crowded and congested homeless shelters all across America and into more spread out locations so that they are less at risk for coronavirus. It's a fascinating interview, and I hope that you hear a good word here from our member, Charles Franklin.
Hello, everyone. Miss you all. Wish we could all congregate together at the church, and hopefully soon we'll all be able to meet back up. So at the VA, currently I'm a project manager with the VA central office out of DC. I was going to do was here in Boston area, we're going to use rideshare to kind of pick all the veterans up and immediately move them kind of individually and spread them out different places that had room to facilitate. Unfortunately, we weren't able to execute here in Boston, but next week we will be doing that exact same thing in Oakland, San Francisco, St. Louis, and Denver. So,
oh, wow. So you're coordinating the Ubers and Lyfts to move homeless veterans all over the country.
Yes, I'm just overseeing the contract. I'm the contracting officer.
Wow. Okay.
So,
oh my gosh. Wow. So how can we as your church family be praying for you as you do this really important work? How can we be praying for your veterans? What do you see as the biggest obstacle that they're facing right now for their safety?
So I think right now the most prayers are needed for the individuals in pain that their surgeries are having to be delayed. Kind of they need a little extra push, mental toughness. I mean, it's unfortunate that they have to wait a couple of months to have a surgery they needed last month. And then also not only the veteran population, but just all individuals in that unique situation where they're having to be in these shelters right now in the inner city or the group homes where it's really kind of a uncontrollable environment. It's just very difficult situation to keep these places virus free. And once the virus is getting inside them, it's just really escalating. So this is, I think, the prayers needed a little more than just for the veterans there. It's all these group homes and all these shelters. And unfortunately, individuals don't have much of a choice. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's huge. And thank you for lifting up everybody who is in a group home, everybody who's in a shelter, everybody who's particularly at risk in this pandemic. So appreciate you doing that. And Charles, thank you for everything that you're doing for veterans and for the community and really for God. So thank you for all you're doing.
You're welcome.
All right.
Well, there we've heard it, a voice from one of our church members out in the world inviting us to pray with them and for all of those they're serving. So that's what we're going to do now. Pray for all of the veterans that Charles is caring for. Pray for everybody, as he reminded us, who's in a group home, and so much more. So please, friends, join me in this time of prayer, this time of giving all of our concerns into God's hand and inviting God to use us in new ways right here on this earth. So today we pray alongside Charles for everyone who's part of the Veterans Affairs VA. We pray for veterans all across our country, especially homeless veterans. And as Charles reminds us, we pray for all the homeless, everyone who's in any kind of a group home, who's concerned about the coronavirus right now, and who is at risk for catching and suffering from COVID-19. We pray for them.